Okay, so for this lesson, we're going to be in the key of B here. You'll see that we have B. And what I did was I made up here a 7-sided figure, which is in geometry called a heptagon, but also I put a little face in there because this shape is good for drawing like little faces. Okay, it makes me happy. And it's going to help us to remember a little bit more. All right, so how does this work? Well, it's pretty simple. When you make notes, I'm just going to go ahead and let you hear this real quick, okay? So I'm going to put my finger on this B, right? Listen to the note. Then I'm going to go to higher notes, because anytime I'm going this way, I'm climbing up. Anytime I go that way, I'm going down. So if I got B, C sharp minor, D sharp, E, right? F sharp, G sharp minor. Then you got this, and then you come back to the B. But let's say you want to go from the B, and then you want to go. Now you going. What's going to happen here? Then we're going all the way around the clock again. See? So we got the B. Listen. Now, higher note. Now, if I want to go higher than that, I want to go da, 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 da. Now, if I want to go da, 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 da. You understand? So that's how you use this. All right, so let's go ahead and go to the keyboard real quick, and we're going to do a couple. So here we are at the keyboard, and we're going to show you how to use this pattern to play music. So instead of playing notes, individual notes, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, instead of playing one individual note, now we're going to play them in chords, just to give you an idea of how it sounds. So remember how that heptagon, or how that face flows. Okay, remember, if you go one way, right, you're going to go higher. And then if you go the other way, you're going to go lower. Okay, so we're going to start with the B. So I'm going to go here. So you'll see my fingers. Now I'm going to go to the C sharp. Now D sharp. Now I'm going to go lower. So I'm going to go backwards, back to the C sharp. Now I'm going to go back to the B to resolve. You understand? So you see how that sounds? Okay. So what you want to do is you want to play with different sounds. So now this is what we're going to do. I'm going to put my paper over here for you so that you can see it while I'm doing this. All right. So let's just say we're at B right here, okay? And we want to know what it sounds like to go from and first of all, let's back up. Each one of these, when you count, has a number by it. So a B is a 1, then a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a 7, right? So if you want to play a 1, 6, right? A 1, 6, so you go to the 6 is this side of your face. So what's going to tell me here is that I'm going to be going backwards, right? The same way that I'm going on this scale is the same way I'm going to move my fingers. So look at the B note is here, right? But let's move to the G sharp minor, watch. Let's move to the F sharp. I'm going backwards. Watch notice how everything is going down. You see? So what I did was I went from here and I went backwards to get to the B, causing a lot of the notes to be lower as I go back toward this home note. Okay, so you can practice with any of these. Now, the next thing you want to know I think is important is that the chin or the bottom of the face are going to be where your major notes are. So your major notes are going to be the B, the F sharp, and the E. Okay. So what that sounds like is when you go from B, let's go to F sharp. See? So let's play. What does that sound? Boom, 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 boom. So this is where we're going. Most of the time when you leave here, unless for a specific sound, you're generally going to think I'm traveling this way. Okay? So you're going to go dun and think I'm going to a much higher sound, right? Or I can go from here, right? I can go from this B, look, here, right? And if I think mentally about going to the G sharp minor, right? I can go up here and hit the G sharp minor if I want to make the sound higher. So I have to be thinking I'm going this way and now I'm here. But if you go here and you want a lower sound, then you think, okay, I'm going to go this way first. So I want to work from my highest sound that I have, and then I want to work to a much lower sound, the lowest sound that I could have. You understand what I'm saying? So you want to go from lowest and then you want to work backwards, right? So it'll seem like you're resolving the song going that way. All right. So just remember to either travel clockwise or counterclockwise. All right. So with that being said, what do we want to do next? We want to just kind of play with it. So let's say we want to play a song in a minor. So that means that we're going to be playing twos, right? Threes and sixes, because those are minor notes. So if you'll notice when somebody plays a two, hear how it sounds? Very somber. You see? So see how somber it sounds? So that means usually when somebody wants to play a somber song, you want to go from, remember, these are, which way are your higher notes over here? So if I want to go, then I want to go to the, now where do I want to go to a lower note? Okay, I got to go here. Okay. And then where do I want to go to that next note? And then where do I want to go to that next note? So I'm resolving with that B, okay? So just play around with this. Remember, it's just whatever key you're in, just take those keys and replace them on here so that you'll know how to get around in that song. And eventually this map will be in your head so that you won't even need it. You'll just be thinking, this is where I'm at. Very similar to the circle of fifths, except I feel like the circle of fifths, though it is a excellent instrument for somebody that really understands like music and stuff like that, I think this is very ABCD approach to it, but it's very, very, very effective because it kind of takes the circle of fifths and condenses it down to something more digestible for each key. All right, so that is how you learn how to play in the key of B, right? With progression, how to learn your numbering system. Remember 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or you can go 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2, 1. You get what I'm saying? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So you guys have a blessed day. Thank you for watching Learn Together Piano tutorials. I'll be putting up some more tutorials for you soon. Until then, you guys be blessed.